This is Precalculus Onramps, final review for the final test, question 15 and 16. And I'm going to check my answers on Desmos. You can't, or on a calculator. You can't do that during the test on some of these, but if you're working a review, you want to make sure A, you get all the points, and B, you get everything right so that you know what the right answers are, so you can study from those. So make sure you check everything. All right, it says given f of x equals x cubed minus 12x plus 5. Wait a minute, that's question 15. Let me look at question 14 because I'm not sure if 14 is what I'm supposed to do here. Yes, 14 I'm supposed to do as well. So 14, 15, and 16. 2x cubed minus 7x plus 5 is the function. Find the derivative. I'm going to use the power rule. Remember, I take the exponent, multiply it by the number in front. 3 times 2 is 6, and then subtract 1 from the exponent, so x squared. This exponent is 1. 1 times negative 7 is negative 7. 1 minus 1 is 0. X to the 0 is just 1. It goes away. So 6x squared minus 7, and then the derivative of a constant is just 0. So the derivative of 6x squared minus 7. So there's 14. Now let me go to 15. Here is this function. Is a function increasing or decreasing at x equal 3? To find if it's going up or down, I take the derivative. So this is a 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2, x squared. This is a 1, x to the first power. 1 minus 12 is minus 12. 1 minus 1 is 0. X to the 0 is just 1. It goes away. So here's my derivative, f prime of x. So now I can find out if it's increasing or decreasing at a certain value of x by plugging it in. At x equal 3, 3 squared is 9, 3 times 9 is 27, minus 12 is positive, it's increasing. Now, list intervals where this function is increasing or decreasing. To find those intervals, hold on, there's something on my screen that I've got to get rid of. To find those intervals, I set the derivative equals 0, and then check. Use those as critical points and then check intervals. So 3x squared minus 12 is 0. 3x squared equals 12. X squared equals 12 divided by 3 is 4. X equals plus or minus 2. So I'm going to set up those intervals. Here's negative 2, positive 2, and then I'm going to put numbers in between them. Negative infinity, or at the ends, infinity. So I'm going to set this interval and then this interval. I don't want to draw arrows because then I might confuse them with increasing or decreasing. So in this interval, I'm going to pick negative 10. In this interval, I'm going to pick 0, and 2 to infinity, I'll pick 10. So negative 10 squared is 100. 3 times 100 is 300. Minus 12 is positive. It's increasing from negative infinity to negative 2. This one is probably going to be decreasing, but I'll just double check it. 0 squared is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. Minus 12 is negative. It is decreasing. There it is. List the interval where it is decreasing. Negative 2 to 2. And then I'll use 10 from 2 to infinity. 10 squared is 100. 3 times 100 is 300. Minus 12 is positive. So this is positive increasing. Now it says at what value does it have a relative maximum? Well, if it's increasing before and decreasing after, it's a relative maximum. If it's decreasing before and increasing after, it has a relative minimum. So increasing before, decreasing after, relative maximum, x equals minus 2. And now let me put this on Desmos because it is very wise. Oh, I had a VPN open apparently. Very wise to check this. X cubed. For some reason, when I use AI, sometimes it blocks me. So I have to put in a VPN so it doesn't block me on certain AIs. X cubed minus 12x plus 5. Now let me check what's going on here. It says function increasing at x equal 3 or decreasing. Let me find 3. Well, let me put this in. X equal 3. Let's see. It's right about there. So is it increasing? The green function? The green is the function. Yeah, see, it's going up. So that's increasing. Interval where it is decreasing. I wanted to get rid of that one. Where is it decreasing? Well, from there, which is negative 2, to there, which is 2. So negative 2 to 2. And where does it have a relative maximum? See, this is an absolute, I mean, it just goes up and up, and the interval x just constantly increases. But relative maximum is at negative 2, just as I put there. So that one is right. That's question 15. And now I can do 16. A ball is thrown upward from a third-story window at a height of 60 feet with an initial velocity of 80 feet per second. The height of the ball in feet after t seconds is given by this. Well, I think I see instantaneous rate of change, so I'm going to have to find the derivative. Equals 2 times negative 16 is negative 32. 2 minus 1 is 1. That's not supposed to be an x, it's a t. Negative 32t. And then 1 times 80 is 80. 1 minus 1 is 0. T to the 0 is just 1. So negative 32t plus 80 is the derivative of this height function. What is the instantaneous rate of change of the height of the ball at t equals 2? Well, let me plug in 2. Negative 32 times 2 is negative 64, plus 80 equals 16. So it's changing at 16 feet per second. Rates of change, I plug into the derivative, where t is 4. Negative 32 times 4 is negative 128, plus 80 is going to be, here's an 8. 8 plus 4 is 12, negative 48. So now it's going down, negative 48 feet per second. And that's it. Now, you could check this by putting in the derivative and see what the values are at t equals 2 and t equals 4. Let me do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the derivative function, f, I'll just call it f of x in mine, and I'll say equals negative 32x plus 80. And then I want f of 2. I think it was 2. Yes, it's 16. And I want f of 4 equals negative 48. Okay, so that's that one. 14, 15, and 16 on the review. Done.